Hello guys and gals, and welcome to another episode of Unique Items. Today I have a requested item, which is the Ribcracker. The Ribcracker is a very interesting staff that, you would assume is made for a sorceress, but really doesn't have anything on it specifically saying, hey, only a sorceress could use this. And because of this, people have experimented with it over the years and figured out exactly what it's good for. And one of the builds that it is extremely good for is a shape-shifting druid. You could theoretically use this on other characters as well, but I feel like the shape-shifting druid is one of the characters that benefits from it the most. Now, the Ribcracker isn't the greatest staff by itself. It does usually need some augmentations. But let's go over the base statistics of this particular staff before we talk about upgrading it and do various things to it, which will enhance its ability. So right off the bat, you will notice that it does 60 to 162 damage, which is pretty nice for a two-handed weapon. We've got a durability of 30 of 130, which is a relatively high durability for an item. We have strength requirement of only 25, so extremely low requirements on this, with only a level requirement of level 31, which means you're going to be able to use this at relatively poor levels. I mean, at level 31, I feel like this is an extremely good weapon for level 31, and I wanted to really emphasize that because it really is. We have a 50% increased attack speed on this bad boy, which is freaking awesome. 50% increased attack speed is really, really fast. Now, granted, the staff class tends to be a normal attack speed item anyway, so the 50% is countering some of that slow nature of the weapon. But you're going to notice that this attacks very quickly. We also have a 50% faster hit recovery, which is ridiculously huge. You don't understand how great faster hit recovery is, and having 50% on your main weapon is just amazing. It's going to make it so that you are going to recover from hits so much quicker, and you are going to just kind of shrug off most attacks, which is absolutely amazing. We also have an enhanced damage of 200 to 300%. Now, this particular one is 276%, as you can see. And if you were going to make this into probably your end game weapon, which it actually can be, an end game GG weapon, you would probably want the 300% ED. But we'll talk about that later. We also have adds 30 to 65 damage, which is going to be added directly to the weapon's attack. So it's kind of like a plus min plus max damage, which goes on to the base, which is pretty darn cool. Not a lot of weapons and abilities actually have these sort of like plus min and max effects on them, and the 30 to 65 is actually a pretty nice healthy number. We've got 50% chance of crushing blow. They like the number 50 with this, don't they? 50, 50, 50. 50, 50, 50, 50, 50. It literally has 4 50s on it. So the 50% chance of crushing blow is massive, and of course that is the 25% damage to the monster's current HP. So you have a 50% chance to do 25% of the monster's current HP in damage, which is amazing. You've got 100% to your enhanced defense, which is huge. Like, you don't even understand. That is a huge bonus to your defense. When you put this on, even with a character that has relatively no equipment on, you can see I have 494 defense, and I throw the Ribcracker on, and I get 1,191 defense. If I toss some kind of armor on, doesn't really matter. Let's toss something. Here's a Black Hades armor. So now we've got 1,523, and that boosts us up to 3,252. I think a lot of people sleep on that defense on the Ribcracker, especially considering you don't have a shield when you're using a two-handed weapon. The 100% defense on this is massive. Then not only does it give you 100% bonus to your defense, it also gives you a flat 100% defense as well. So you've got 100 defense and 100% enhanced defense on an item, which is already giving you a massive amount of damage, of increased attack speed, of faster hit recovery, all of the above. We also have 15 to Dexterity, which of course is going to come in handy to give you a little bit more defense and also some more attack rating, which you're going to need. Then we have 50% damage to undead, which is because this is a staff. And the 50% damage to undead is very nice because it's going to act as off-weapon ED, and it's going to increase your damage even further versus undead targets. So now let's take a look at the ethereal version, which is the Ribcracker as well. And we have a strength requirement of 15, even lower, a level requirement of level 31, which is the same, of course. And it's just a lot more damage, though. We got 75 to 211, and this Eth Ribcracker is going to do a massive amount of damage, but the problem is that it's Eth, and it will eventually break. So what do you do with it? Well, what we need to do with these is we need to upgrade them. So this particular item is one of the items that is a prime example for an upgrade candidate. And we're going to go ahead and we're going to upgrade these right now. Right, so the Ribcracker is a exceptional item, which means it does have to be upgraded with the exceptional recipe, which is a Lum Rune, a Pull Rune, and a Perfect Emerald. So right now we've got 60 to 162 with a level requirement of 31 and a strength requirement of 25. And when it is upgraded, we go to 312 to 467 with a dexterity of 35, a strength of 63, and a level requirement of 56. Now you tell me that's not the most massive upgrade you've ever seen in your days. And this is a non-ethereal version. So this particular item is pretty darn awesome, and it gets even higher in damage because keep in mind, mine is only 276% ED, not 300%, which is the cap. Now this particular version you could add a Shale Rune into it, and you could have some fun with faster attack speed, but the damage is not going to be the maximum that you could possibly achieve. To get the maximum that you can possibly achieve, you're going to need an ethereal version with a 300% ED. And if you can find a 300% ED Eth Ribcracker, it's relatively rare. You're going to do the same thing. You're going to upgrade this with a Pull Rune, a Lum Rune, and a Perfect Emerald. And as you can see, it's 75 to 211. And it upgrades to 451 to 666, which is freaking amazing. And it gets even higher than that. So let's take these over to our druid and let's play around with them on the shapeshifting werewolf, shall we? Alright, so we've got our Ribcracker upgraded to a Stalagmite Staff, and we've got our Eth Ribcracker upgraded to a Stalagmite Staff. But wait, we still can't use the Eth Ribcracker unless we put a Zod in it. Ha 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 ha! Zodded. Eth Ribcracker, sir. And now we can run around and just absolutely demolish everything that we come in contact with, which is the fun of it, right? So let's go play around with Feral Rage. And we'll just murder some things, shall we? You know what? We've got enough damage. We could certainly go take on some of these higher level monsters. Now the bad thing is I don't really have good equipment on. But oh, you get back in your werewolf farm. I don't have enough attack rating. I only have like 766 attack rating. It's very pathetic. Look at my 776 attack rating. It's awful. Come here, die. But as you can see, a nice healthy bit of damage for a werewolf druid. Granted, you don't have a shield, so that is a little bit of a downside. No blocking, but the damage on this, the crushing blow on this, all the effects on this are just absolutely amazing. The only thing it's really missing is a little bit of Deadly Strike and Open Wounds, and hopefully you will fill in the Deadly Strike and Open Wounds with other equipment, like for instance, Gore Riders, perhaps a High Lord's Wrath, although the attack speed would kind of be wasted, but the Deadly Strike would be nice. Or maybe a G-Face. A G-Face would probably be a good combination with this to increase the crushing blow and give you a little bit extra of the other effects. But as you can see, Ribcracker is one of those interesting staffs that, when found in the ethereal form with a very nice ED, can actually be an endgame weapon for your druid. 451, 666 is a lot of damage. And if I actually was a shape-shifting druid, most likely a fury druid, my damage would be through the roof. As always, I do appreciate you guys and gals watching my videos, and I hope you enjoyed the Ribcracker stalactite zodded staff. Stalagmite, sorry. Thanks for watching, and keep watching.